What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with a late stream. Here we go again. Forest are back, away day. This time against another easy team away, Chelsea. Forest got a good record against them. If you want to see the two vlogs from the last two seasons, go and watch them. 2-2 the first one and 1-0 last season with Anthony Langer. We're going to win. I'm confident. I'm going to say out there, clip this, anything. We're going to win. People get your score predictions in now if you can. We're going to win. Clip it. Right. This guy he's not been on for a long time. He's I'll be nice. He's a YouTube, you know the rest. We've got the legend, the man. He's had a stressful day. He's back on now. He's back on. The man himself, Dave Asprey. How are you, Dave?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm still chuckling, Ben, at what I've just seen at the end of the Sunderland Leeds.
Oh, don't.
And like trying to fathom what Ilhan Melier was quite doing. But obviously, mate, me and you, we have a mutual friend, don't we? Well, I don't think was very impressed with what he is.
You know, Mr. James, well, the Joe, the Leeds fan, absolutely legend he is. But his reaction from that has got me, Dave, going. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe.
I think it's safe to say, Ben, Joe's not very happy, is he, really, with what Melier's done at the end.
If you're not seeing, go and watch him now. After the stream, go and watch him. He's a legend anyway in our eyes.
Yeah, he is.
His reaction was just next level.
And I don't think Melier is going to be much of a legend in Leeds tonight. I think he might have to keep his head down after that.
He better keep his head down. Joe's going for blood. Joe's going for blood.
Very funny. Very funny.
But yeah, it's good to have Dave. He's been like I said, he's been on other YouTube channels, Forest content creators as well. Tough man. Shout out to Dan as well. But Dave, how you been, Dave? Man, it's been a long time no see on this channel. Where you been and what you been doing?
Well, as you know, Ben, it's been really, to quote Dickens, it's been the best of times and worst of times. Obviously, it's been a tough, 11 months now, but. There's been this, and there's been some heart-wrenching moments. I mean, today's emotional, as you know, because we've sold mum and dad's house now. But in many other respects, mate, life's great. Forests have improved, and it's always been fun going to games at home and away. Forest is such a big part of my life. I love it dearly, as so many thousands of us do. And been working in the gym, qualified as a personal trainer. That's going quite well, I think. So life's. I still miss the old days, bless them. But life's pretty good, and I think they'll be looking down, and my dad will be looking down and going, "I told you, Forrest, to get better." The old boy, he always said, "Oh, this new, he knows what he's doing." So thus far, my dad's been proved right. My mum, her favourite player still playing Morgan. He's just been picked for England again.
Yeah, shout out to Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah, so my mother. I remember when we beat Manchester United at Christmas. It's kind of the last memory of my mum. And I remember calling in on her that night on my way home, and she'd watched the match, and she went, "Oh, didn't they play well?" And I said, "Who's your favourite player, Mum?" She went, "I like Morgan Gibbs White. He's really good." So my mother, I think Morgan's got an England team ever since my mum sort of picked him out as a favourite player, So, no, I'm good, mate. It's nice to be back, and it's always good to be with my mate, Mr. Dore, you know what I mean? And chatting about Forest.
Like I said, he's been on other YouTube channels as well. He's been on Max. He's been on Max's channel. Max is still waiting for a fee from Dave, from David as well. So Max, watching.
Speak to me agent, Dore. Speak to me agent.
But like people in the chat, please show some love to Dave as well. Before we do start talking about Forest got Chelsea on Sunday. There's three things on the shout. First of all, it's the anniversary of Peter Taylor as well. This time,
great man. Great man.
What a legend, Nottingham Forest. But yeah, absolute legend. So yeah. Another one, Manda, as everyone knows, she does the defibrillators as well. So I'm trying to push her as well because this week it was a 49th defibrillator that she gave away.
Amazing, mate.
It is amazing work that Manda made. So please, if you can,
great lady.
If you can donate any money towards it, if you've got a few pennies, a Facebook and Instagram link is in the description. So if you can help her, any penny helps to get a defibrillator at your local football team. It is a massive thing as well. And another massive shout out, William. He had an accident. Was it yesterday? And he's at hospital. If you see my Instagram post, I think he's on Twitter as well. He banned his leg. He's done something to his leg, and shout out to Ryan Yates. Just give a good shout out to him as well, and to Matildas Marinakis as well. He's seen it as well. So, William, if you're watching, get back soon, mate. If no one, William, every time I see me and Dave, we go to William Gum before the game. He is the lookalike of Ryan Yates. If no one's seen him, he is a lookalike of Ryan Yates. Go and watch them. Go and see my Instagram story. He is the first time I've seen him. That is mini Ryan Yates. But people like
he looks as much like Ryan Yates, Ben, as people say I look like Keir Starmer. You know what I mean?
No, that's Malcolm. Malcolm looks like Keir Starmer. But
then Malcolm, maybe me and Malcolm are brothers. I don't know.
No, Malcolm looks like the guy from Up. The cartoon character.
I've had that as well, mate. People have had pictures of me with like a load of balloons, you know what I mean? Floating off, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so yeah. But, and actually, Ben, on the subject of nice things, giving people shouts out, I did it on Max's show last night. I'll do it here again. I think that Mr. Marinakis' gesture to allow Vicky McClure and the Dementia Choir to use the city ground for their activities is fantastic. You know, that's really good engagement with the community. So yeah, I love that, mate.
Oh, 100%. Like I said, Vicky doing again more fantastic work that she's doing.
Oh, she's brilliant girl. Great girl, Vicky.
For the choir as well. So yeah, good to see as well. Like I said, me and David said it is a late show, and we can do like half an hour. Try and get everything in. So if you have any topics that you want to talk, me and Dave talk about, please do. There's something else I need to talk about. It'll come back. It'll come back, people. Let me go through the comments as well. Colin says, hi, how you doing, Colin? Hadin, another legend, and some guy called Alan. What do you want, Alan? It's bedtime for you, Alan. What do you want? You got your win. Now leave me alone. Alan, what time do you call this? Me and Fred went up to 4 in the morning. Glad Uncle David's back on. He should do his own I keep telling Dave he should do his own show. I know he's getting a bit young. All that.
No, mate. I've got a face for the radio. I am doing not one for YouTube, mate. People don't want to look at this, do they? Much love to Alan and Freddie. Freddie, for a little lad, he's one of the most knowledgeable.
Freddie's better. Freddie's better, Dave. I keep saying Freddie's better than Alan. Sorry about
Junior Palinia.
no more Alan. Let's cancel Alan. No more Alan. Shout out to Freddie. Another legend. Good evening, Mr. Dawn. Dave, hope you well both. I'm drawing a picture of sick grind while I'm watching this. Yes. Keep drawing, Eve.
Go for it, Eve.
And keep pushing. Another legend, Justin. Remember to my channel as well. I hope you're well, Dave. Another legend, Katie Stewart. I hope you're well, Katie. And another guy. Listen to David. This time it's me and Dave. This time. Des Oldham is not here. Another shout out for Des. He starts his coast to coast run tomorrow. I saw him this morning as well before he headed off. So people, if you can, just watch out for Des' social medias. He starts tomorrow, 7 days in a row. 7 days in a row he's doing his coast to coast. Amazing. It's all for charity as well, for Footprints, Lisa Foxes and all that. But yeah. Good luck to Des, and if you can, people, send a message to Des because it's a great cause. Right, let's start, Dave. We got Chelsea on Sunday, and as you know, this time last year we beat them easy. Well, it wasn't easy, but we won one comfortable. But
yeah, I would say that, man. Yeah,
it's different this time because, like I said, we started well. We won beating away. Can't believe I'm still saying this. People in the chat, how are you feeling about it? I'm gonna get David's input as well. But Dave, how are you feeling about this? It feels like we went to every game last season, but this time it feels like, listen, we can go there and get 3 points. Isn't it?
I think we can go there and be competitive, Ben. Definitely. I just think. I mean, I've said on several of these shows, I've hawked my wares around that. Forest are definitely a better side this time around than they have been the last 2 seasons. I think there's a marked improvement. The problem is that Chelsea's improvement recently has been just as marked. And, you know, I was on early with Don on the Chelsea channel, and I said Enzo Maresca deserves a lot of credit for getting them to where they are, third in the table, while all this, you know, chaos is going on around the club with owners seemingly falling out and, you know, just mad signings and all this kind of stuff. And Maresca is, after a tough start, they played City first game and didn't look great, but then they got better since then. I think they've got the best player in the league at the moment, and Cole Palmer. I think most people would agree with that. But the thing is, I think Forest are now growing to look more of a Premier League type of side, and I think Chelsea won't take us lightly. I'm sure Maresca will say to his players, "Look, this lot got a 2-2 draw a couple of seasons ago. Remember when Taiwo scored twice and beat us, and actually deservedly beat Chelsea last year 1-0. So I think he'll say to them, do not underestimate Nottingham Forest. He'll also say, look at what Forest have done in those first 6 games, most of which Forest have played well in. I don't think they were at their best last week, but that game, there wasn't much in it. I think Fulham just about deserved to win it, but
they did.
It was just that much, Ben. They just looked a little bit better with the ball than us last week.
They wanted it more.
I don't know whether they wanted it more, Ben. I don't think that it was a case that Forest didn't want it. I think Forest tried hard, but I just think Fulham had just had that little bit of extra class. They've come up. They've not been worried at all by relegation issues like we have. But we are a much better side than we've been before. I think what's good is I think we're no longer going into games and just sort of clinging on and then hoping we can get something on the break. I think we're much more aggressive in games now, and I think I've got it in my head that Sunday afternoon is going to be quite a high scoring game. I think they'll score some, and I think we'll score some. I think what you've got is, I think their attack is fantastic. They've got a wealth of options that he can use, around Palmer, because obviously he's
have though, Dave. Dave, we have though.
Exactly, Ben. Yeah,
This question, Dave. I'm trying to add this on. Like you mentioned, they've got players on, but remember last season we used to say, who's on the bench? Who's going to change the game?
Yeah.
We consider exactly the same, can't we?
Yeah. I agree with that, Ben. I think. They've got great depth just by They've got great depth just by virtue of having signed anybody that can breathe or anybody that can put a foot in front of another. We've signed. We've trimmed our squad. It's a lot leaner. It's not bloated anymore because Nuno made a big thing about. He felt he had too many players to deal with last year. The squad has been trimmed. I think it's a nice size now. But even though there's less people about, he's got more options. So he can introduce Jota Silva from the bench. He can introduce Ramon Sosa from the bench. He's got, he's likely to start with Woody, but he's got Taiwo, who I think Taiwo's still working his way back. We're still without Sangari and Danilo, but we've got options in midfield with JWP, Yatesy, Elliot Anderson, Morgan. So I think we're. What I like about us is we're not just sort of sitting there hoping to stay in a game, kind of like don't hit us. Forest are actually coming out and playing a bit more. I think both teams will create chances on Sunday. It's just a matter of who takes the greater share of them. I tell you what, I do think our defence is better than theirs. I don't think their defence is great. I watched them last week against Brighton, and they, Sanchez and the bunch in front of him didn't look to have the same authority that Chelsea had at the back when Thiago Silva was playing. I know he was an old guy, but I think Chelsea will offer us we'll get some chances against Chelsea. To my way of thinking, they could do with somebody like Milenkovic in their back line. So I think Milenkovic.
I will mention him later on to you.
He was September Player of the Month, Ben, and it was rightly deserved because Nikola Milenkovic has been. To be honest, mate, I can't remember anything he's done in a match. But if you can't remember anything he's done, that
means he's doing his job.
Exactly. The flip side of that, Ben, is he hasn't made any horrendous mistakes that we remember.
Question, Dave. People in Poland as well. Who do you think is better so far this season? Murillo or Miletovic? Who's been better?
Oh, it's a tough one. They've both been really good.
They've been good.
Where I come from, Ben, is I just think Milenkovic.
They're both different. Both different type of players, aren't they? They're a nice blend of different styles. Murillo wants to get on the ball. He wants to spray passes. He wants to run, beat 600 players and fire a shot from 9 miles out or whatever. But I just think Milenkovic there is such a solid presence, and he does the bits that winning the ball in the air and the solid stuff that maybe isn't Murillo's forte.
And I think Milenkovic is making Murillo a better player, and I think the two of them go together really, really well. I mean, I've seen other podcasts that have said that the pair of them are becoming one of the better central defensive combinations in the league, and I would go along with that. I think they've both been really good. I mean, and then if you need to add a third one, you add Morato, who looks.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he looks a beast in the making. He does, I mean, so we've got. I think our defence is pretty good. If Ola and Alex Moreno play like they did at Anfield against, I don't know, I guess it's Sancho and Madueke or whatever, and those are going to be good duels. And the Chelsea lad I was speaking to early, Don, he was very, very complimentary, especially about Ola Reina and what he's doing. So I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it'd be an open game. I mean, what I think it'll be like, Ben, it would not surprise me at all if it was a game similar to the one at our place at the end of last season, which Chelsea won 3-2.
Yeah.
And could have gone either way. We played some good stuff. They played some good stuff. It was the sort of game, if you're a neutral, you would have enjoyed it. And I didn't think Forest deserved to get beat that day. I thought a draw would have been a fair result, as it was. Nicholas Jackson stepped up and scored the winner. So I've got my hopes up. We're going to see an open, entertaining game. I mean, the idea of Forest now going everywhere and employing the low block.
Dave, come on, Dave. Well, Dave, I gave you one job. Just don't say low block.
No, what I'm saying, Ben, I believe Nuno wants to move away from that, and I don't think Forest are doing that as much. A lot of the other clubs think that that's what we do. And now, I mean, if you like, when we went to Anfield, which was a brilliant performance, not spectacular, but brilliant in its way, he didn't play a low block. He just kept Forest nice and compact in midfield and said to Liverpool, okay, open us up. And Liverpool weren't capable of doing it. And if you think, Liverpool have pretty much buried everybody they've played apart from us. So I didn't think that was a low block. It was a sort of a narrow block in midfield. And I think a lot of fans of other clubs think that that's what we still do, from the days of Steve Cooper. But I don't think we're doing that anymore. And I think Nuno wants to move us on from that. I mean, I'm just seeing a lot of parallels at the moment. The way it's only early days, but we haven't gone very far into the season.
Yeah,
but a few parallels between us now and what Nuno did in his time at Wolves. And I think if we end up, I mean, Wolves finished 7th 2 years running, which is an amazing effort, really. I'm not sure that we're good enough to do that, but I think we're going in the right direction, mate. So yeah, I think Sunday it'll probably be a 0-0 bore draw. Now I've said it.
Would you take 0-0? Would you take 0-0?
Oh, take a draw, mate. Yeah, the way Chelsea are playing. I mean, Chelsea have been scoring goals for fun, haven't they? I mean, like last week, there were 4. They scored 4 in the first half. One guy scored 4 for him in the first half, and he could have had more. So they won 6 at Wolves. I think it's almost like, I feel like with Chelsea, they have to attack because they don't fully trust their defence and Sanchez. So I think Forest will get some chances to score some goals at the weekend. So I just think it's going to be quite an exciting game. A far more exciting game than last week. But you go from week to week, you just don't know what you're going to get. You might get you might sort of build up a game to be a cracker, and then it's quite dull.
Yeah.
Or you can think, it's going to be a tight, cagey affair, and then the bloody things like goals are plenty. So I just feel that Chelsea will create some chances, and I think we will, and it's just a matter of who takes them. I mean, I would take a point, definitely, mate. A point there against a sort of a Big Six team.
We're a Big Six. Dave, soon we'll be a Big Six team. We'll be a Big
I'd love
Six
to think so, mate.
Time will tell. Time will
That'd
tell.
be great, man.
Time will tell.
Absolutely, mate.
I'm going to go through the comments as well. This is Danish Red. Play our best 11 from the go, and we'll be all right. No experimental lead, definitely. And I think the game against Fulham, it was an experiment, I think, and it didn't work.
Ben, I think what it is, because Nuno's got more options now, I think he feels that, I can play a certain team at Anfield, I can play a certain slightly different team at the Amex, and then when Fulham come to the City ground, I can play a slightly different. I think he's got this idea that he wants to play a horse for a course, but it doesn't always necessarily work. Unfortunately, hindsight tells you whether it works or not. We lost that game, so by definition, Nuno got it wrong. But I think, you just want to play your best 11 at every game in the Premier League, because every game is like the game. You just got to go out and put your best 11. So Danish Fred is absolutely right there.
Just go, again, I'm going to go through the comments as well. Chelsea, even in both actually legend. I will message you because I know after the Chelsea game, we've got the international break, so I will message you and get on the show. Actually, legend was when he came on my show last time. Dave said, agreed, Dave. Mark says, these two remind me of Burns and Lloyd, both different, but completely and better. Yes.
That's a good. Mark's right there. Yeah. I mean, Burns and Lloyd, don't get me started on them because they were just incredible, the pair of them. They were a pair of rogues, but they went together so well. And actually, if you like, we've got Morato to back up these two, and Willie Bolly, if you like, because Willie's.
I'm a Bombadilly. Don't get my Bombadilly. I know you.
And Andy Omavode. But back in the day, you had Burns and Lloyd, and then if one of those two didn't play, you had Dave Needham, who was just. Dave Needham was such a class player and a class bloke, you know. So, yeah, these two, to this point, have been doing really, really well. I think we're much more solid as a result, you know.
And one, Mark, actually another legend, Mark, even last my team for Sunday sells and Yates.
Number 6 is Ryan Yates. Number 7 is Ryan Yates. Number 8 is Ryan Yates.
I shout out to Ryan Yates as well. Like I said, I put some comment on my Instagram as well, and he messaged me back and said, I hope young William gets better. But so shout out to Ryan Yates for doing that as well. Listen to my boy back when Dave mentioned about Cole Palmer, Ryan Yates gonna have him in his back pocket like he did McAllister.
Yeah,
so I'm not worried at all.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Good old Yates.
Alan says, don't forget to bring a disinfectant for the chit to the ground on Sunday.
Hang on a minute.
I don't know people in chat. I don't know what it is, but
will that do the job? Mr. Druitt, I'm ready for Stamford Bridge, mate. Just squirt a bit about the place, mate. Domestos. It's like an advertising thing, isn't it?
Oh my days. We've got a Chelsea fan in here. Hi lads. Congratulations on the win at Anfield. However, I think we were playing it a bad time and Cole Palmer is on it. Listen to me. We've got Ryan Yates. I keep saying this. Ryan Yates is now in his back pocket. Cole Palmer playing fantastic. I can't say that. But yeah. If we stop Palmer, I know they've got other good players like Sancho, Jackson's on form as well.
Madueke. Madueke's in the England side.
See, we keep on talking like who else they got? Felix.
Yeah.
Neto. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I've forgotten the more attacking players they got. Bloody hell. But yeah, so thank you to Chelsea fans who's on. He thought we was playing Liverpool Anfield and somehow should remind you it's from big up to Ben. Dave knows this stuff. Spoke to him a few times before the game. Top bloke. Thank you. What is your name? For I had to give my shout for this. Another legend, Raz Dad. Evening, guys. Good to see you.
Raz Dad. Go, Steve.
Raz Dad, I've seen you doing your little YouTube clip on Rad's channel. Are you taking over? If you are, take over Rad's. But shout out to Rad. Make sure everyone subscribe to Rad's Dad. And before we do, Dave's been taking the mick out of me because when I say make sure everyone subscribe and hit the like button, please hit the like and subscribe button. He's been taking the mick out of me. So please hit the like button and subscribe. Yeah. As well. I did the top work, Dave, as well. Dave, you spoke about Nuno. And like I said, last season he was a bit up, we stayed up.
Yeah.
And he has got a smaller squad.
Yeah.
What's your people in the chat as well? What's your feelings about Nuno now? Like, has it changed? Is it still the same? What's your feelings, Dave?
Benny, I've warmed to him. You know, I mean, I was so invested in the previous guy who, took us from a place where we thought we wouldn't get. You know, we wouldn't go from that place for quite a while. And Steve Cooper brought us up. So always great respect for Steve Cooper and what he did, and I was, firmly a Cooper man. But I think, with the fullness of time now, I can make a judgment and say, well, I think we're playing better football. I think we're a better team now than we were before. And I'm kind of now fully on board the Nuno train. He's won me over. I mean, I think really everybody should have been won over with what he did at Anfield. If there was going to be a result, mate, that made him and us bonded now as a manager and a fan base, I think it was that one at Anfield. It was a masterclass. It was one of the finest coaching jobs. I mean, Arne Slot had been giving. I mean, the week before they'd gone and buried Manchester United at Old Trafford. Although maybe beating Manchester United at Old Trafford isn't that much of a mountain to climb these days, because Manchester United are a bit of a shambles, right? But Liverpool have been pretty emphatically beating everybody else. And he went up against Arne Slot that day, and he just handed him his bum on a plate. The way Nuno, this idea of like, we'll pick a side to do a job, stay in the game for an hour, and then unleash the wingers. It was just perfection, mate. And me and you were there that day, mate. That neither of us will ever forget it for the rest of our lives. I will not forget you coming out of Anfield, Mr. Dore, jumping around like a jester, and all them scousers staring at you, me going, Ben.
Me? Hey, I would never. Why would I do that, Dave? That's Liverpool, that team I don't like. Why would I do that? He's lying, people.
I don't know if it was like wanting to beat your brother's team or whatever, Ben, but it was.
I would never do a thing.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun that day, and Nuno gave us that fun. Nuno gave us that memory, and I have confidence in him that, we're not going to steamroller everybody, but I think I've got a certain amount of confidence that we're not going to be involved in a relegation battle this year, and a lot of people who are not Forest supporters, who are friends of mine, are saying that. I think a lot of them have much more confidence about Forest being maybe in that middle bit of the table than I have. I'm still a little bit, I just want to be.
It's understandable, because, like I said, when you say we're still a bit, it's early days, people. We don't want to be like,
it's only 6 games in, mate.
We beat Liverpool. We've got to point out Brighton. We beat Southampton. Blah blah blah. But we want to stay. Yes, we still feel we're in that bottom table, top of the league. If people understand.
Yeah, I think what I've said, Ben, is what I'd really like is, wouldn't it be great for us lot as a fan base to go into the last 6 or 7 games at the end of the season,
no stress,
and not be looking over our shoulders.
Yes,
I mean, if you think we've talked about maybe the comparisons between us at the moment under Nuno and Wolves. If you think like last year, Wolves, eventually under Gary O'Neill, they were written off by everybody. When Lopetegui walked out on them, everybody's saying Wolverhampton Wanderers are going to go down. It'll be 2 of the 3 promoted clubs, either Burnley, Luton, or Sheffield United. But Wolves are in there as well. Wolves were safe basically 2 months from the end of the season, and I think that was a great job by Wolves and Gary O'Neill. And I would like to think that we could do something similar, so that we can go to games in April and May and just enjoy the games and not be thinking, blimey, what's somebody over there doing? What are Ipswich doing over there? What's Southampton doing over there? What are Leicester doing? What are Everton doing? What are Palace doing? Whoever. And I do think, and again, I'm going on what people have said to me who are not Forest supporters. I think there are a bunch of teams who are not as good as we are this time around. I think we're better than the bottom 3. I think we could be better than Wolves. I think we might be better than Everton, maybe Palace. So I think. I mean, I said at the start of the season 15th, but you never know. I mean, if we were to end up, say, 12th or 11th, I think that'd be fantastic. Anything above that sort of that relegation battle. If we're not in a relegation battle, that's clear evidence of progress, Ben, and I think that'd be a great place for us to be.
100%. I know. Me and Dave did say. I just say we'll be half now. So try. I don't want to. It's a better time for me because I got work in the morning. So try to get everything out there open, people. Before we do that, let's go through quick comments as well. Mark said, "Did you think number 1 Ryan Yates? Because didn't he go in for? No, that was Joe Worrell.
No, Joe Worrell against
Joe Worrell, Mark.
Yeah, Joe went the wrong way.
Yeah, he went the wrong way as well. Yes, Mark, he used to dive. Yeah, he was diving as well. Mark says we want to stay above Man U. We hope. I hate the culture.
We're a better. The truth is, Mark, we're and Ben, we're a better team than them at the moment. We're better organised. We have better spirit. Our lads are all pulling together. There are going to be some teams in this league who are going to be a little bit more classy than us, and they'll be the ones up fighting for the top of the table or whatever. But at the moment, if we were going to Manchester United this weekend, I'd be really fancying us to win. Chelsea are a far better team at the moment than Manchester United. I think it's going to be difficult, but there's no reason, based on what we're seeing at the moment, why Forest can't finish above Manchester United. At the moment, Manchester United to me look like a sort of lower half of the table team, and nothing more than that, really.
100%.
But I suspect they'll change their manager soon.
People have done a poll as well. Who's going to win on Sunday? Chelsea, Forest, or draw? So far, the poll is people have voted. 31 says Chelsea, 31 says Forest, bloody hell, and 38 says draw. People
Yeah.
as well in the comments. Who do you think is going to win or draw on Sunday? Get the comments now. Alan, you taking the mic? Alan, listen to me, right. How's your passport stay in the drawer, Ben? Listen to me, Alan. If you come here to troll me, go away. It's your bedtime. Make sure Alan Jewett's little Freddie Jewett's watching this as well. Go away, my friend. Go away. Dave, all right. People in the chat as well. Watch score predictions as well. Get them all. Dave, are you confident? Are you confident on Sunday? What's your score prediction? See it, get it in.
I predicted. I think Chelsea are going to nick it by a goal. I think it'll be a really good game. I think we'll give it a good go. But I just think they've got more firepower than we have. You know, they've been scoring goals for fun. We've been we've been playing well, but we haven't really got the kind of firepower. You know, Woody's playing well. The boys out wide are good options, but I think they've got. I think it'll be a 3-2 win to Chelsea. So head says Chelsea, but heart. If we go there, one thing we won't go there, Ben, and play a ridiculously vulnerable, playing for all to see high line like Brighton did.
Yeah.
We won't go there. Nuno will have watched. I reckon Nuno and the boys and the coaching staff will have looked at that Brighton game and they'll look at what Brighton did and what Brighton did wrong and say to our lads, don't fall into the trap that Brighton fell into, because Brighton were defending inside Chelsea's half most of the time. If you remember the goal we scored at the Amex, Ben, where they were kind of on top, and Murillo's played a ball into Woody, Woody's laid it off, Morgan's played the first time ball through. Portugal Grealish, the little Jack Russell Terrier, he's gone through, squared it for Ramon Sousa, and we just cut them to ribbons. So I don't think Forest. I think Forest will go there and they'll try. And would not surprise me if they went there and did a little bit of what they did at Anfield to try and stay in the game and frustrate Chelsea, and then say to Chelsea, "Okay, you've got all this firepower, but built around Milenkovic and Murillo, I think." But I think it'll be an open, entertaining game. But I just think Chelsea just got that little bit of extra depth and extra quality. But I'm not writing Forest off totally.
Don't write us off, Dave. Don't write us off, mate. Don't write us off.
We're, as I say, Ben, we're a better team than we have been the last 2 seasons. But the thing is, if we're better than the last 2 seasons.
Exactly.
But the last 2 seasons, we've just got a draw and a win at Chelsea. So
exactly. Right. No, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to Dave. Whatever Dave's saying about. Like, I'm not going to go like, yes, we won beaten, blah blah blah. But I just feel we can get a result. I said, right. If people remember, I said we'll get a result at Liverpool. I did say we'll win 2.
You know what, Ben? There's almost a feeling like that the ones that you think you'll win, and I think a lot of people thought we were going to roll Fulham over last week, turn out to be difficult. And then the ones that appear really tricky and daunting, maybe Forest will be just perverse. I tell you what, I do think we've been set up better away from home this time around than we have been at home. I think he still needs to work on the home form. I mean, we haven't been awful at home, but we haven't won out the 3 games yet.
Yeah.
Whereas away from home, I think maybe we're better set up. I mean, we were referred to. I saw somebody yesterday referred to us as one of the best counter-attacking teams in the world. And when you think about the way we've played, our counter-attack and our pace with the likes of Elanga and Sousa and Callum and Jota Silva and Morgan then pushing in, whatever. And Elliot Anderson, we are quite good on the transition and the quick counter-attack. If you think the goal at Liverpool was like that, and we had other chances at Liverpool where, our goal came from Liverpool being on the edge of our box.
Even the Brighton second goal, if you remember, it started really low. It's just how fast that goal. I love that goal because it's just the way we played, and like Murillo, White, Anderson, and we got Silva, 2 fast players as well with Silva and Sousa as well. We can come on as well. That's why I don't complain about who comes on now, because it.
No. It's with the depth on the bench now is fantastic. I mean, once we get Danilo and Ibrahim Sangare back, and if we had a full strength squad, there are more options there. I mean, we've now got a guy in our side, and I said this early tonight on the Chelsea channel. We've now got a guy on our side. If we were to get a free kick anywhere around the box or whatever, we've got a guy who's got.
We've not even mentioned him as well, either.
Yeah, a pretty good record. I mean, he's a quality player. He's got great experience. He's played for his country, and I think JWP is a good guy to have around. So we've got more options. If less.
It's funny though, Dave, because since we've got ball passing alone, we've not had a free kick and entered the box, have we?
Yeah. I mean, you know what, mate? When you make a thing out of something, like all week the talk's been about Cole Palmer. My guess is at the weekend he probably won't have the best game, but maybe somebody else will. You know, we'll spend all our time looking at Cole Palmer, who, to my way of thinking at the moment, is the most exciting player in the Premier Division. Right? He's just got something about him, that kid. I don't know if it's because he's a bit dumb and he doesn't appreciate where he is, or he's just supernaturally calm about everything. But God, the kid can play. But, you know, Forest might think, well, we can stop Cole Palmer, but then they have to deal with Noni Madueke and they've got Jadon Sancho, and they've got a wealth of talent. It's a cracking good game. I mean, it's probably the two most improved teams relative to where they started in the league. I mean, they're third. Nobody thought they'd be third. We are top half. Nobody thought we'd be top half. So it's a game on the TV Sunday. So it's a game that a lot of people want to watch before they then tune into the Brighton Tottenham game, which are probably two high lines, and that'll be about 8-8 or something. You know what I mean?
The thing I do like about Cole Palmer, if no one knows, because his family lives in St Kitts Nevis. Same as my family, and if no one knows about St Kitts and Nevis, it is a small island.
It is, mate.
St Kitts St Kitts and Nevis are both separate. So that's why I like Cole Palmer, because like I said, he's got a big family in St Kitts, and I got a big family in St Kitts. So shout out Cole Palmer, but I hope you have a rubbish game on Sunday. But Dave, what was your score prediction? Sorry again.
I just think Chelsea will sneak it 3-2. Hart says Forest to get. I'd take a point. We come out of there with a point, and 3 years on the trot, unbeaten there, I'll be chuffed to bits. And my worry is if I come and say, Forest is going to win this, he'll probably get hammered. I kind of work the opposite. So I'm kind of predicting and hoping to be proved wrong, because I'm usually wrong, mate. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm going for it. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going over the ball. I think we can get 3 points. I'm going to say
it. Brilliant, wouldn't it?
I'm going to see if
And Ben, that would put us beyond Derby's 11, so we'd be beyond 12 then, mate.
I heard from them for quite a while, so don't talk about that.
No, mate.
No. They must have gone abroad or something like that. Yeah, what it is with that. But yeah, people, I'm going for it. I think 2-1 Forest. I'm saying it.
That'd be brilliant, mate.
Forest,
we'll be stood together in the ground, me and you, and you can put your arm around me and go, "You're wrong, Dave." You know what I mean? I can put my arm around you and go, "Mr. Dore, you've done it again," like you did. I mean, you did say 3-0 at Liverpool, didn't you?
I did say 3-0 to Liverpool. Yeah. And if Lang did score that goal, and I think it was over a chance of what we had, it could have been 3-0.
Yeah, Woody had a chance, and Anthony had 2 chances, didn't he? Really, he shot one over the bar, and then he forced Alisson Becker into a save. So. I mean, the thing is, mate, you go back to Liverpool, what they did at Liverpool, Nuno's got every right to say, if you can do that at Anfield, why can't you do it at Stamford Bridge? Yeah. So, but I think it's going to be a really good game, I do. I think it could be a first on match of the day job, you know what I mean? So we'll see what goes on.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be great.
Would, mate. Yeah.
Right, people, we've gone over the 40-minute mark. I think it's time to go. Thank you to the legend, Dave. People, did you enjoy this? I think I enjoyed this one time with Dave. I did enjoy it. I think we'll have it again. Hey,
dude, it's gone too quick, mate. It always does, you know what I mean? But it's been lovely seeing you, mate.
I think we enjoyed it. Me and Dave, when Dave as you know, Dave's always on other channels as well. So I'll be gunning down the rest of the other 5 content creators for my loan fee. So, but yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Anytime, Ben. Anytime, mate. And I'll see you Sunday morning early, dude.
Sunday, get up. Don't be late. People, like I said, me and Dave will be there at Stamford Bridge as usual. My usual vlog, blah blah blah. You know the raw deal I do.
And Ben, one thing you'll guarantee, right? When it comes to the supporters, it's a one-way job, mate. You'll hear Forest right throughout that ground. You won't hear any Chelsea, right? And our supporters. While our team is still improving, our supporters are world class, mate, and they will make that much noise. Do you remember when we went to Anfield and they sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" at the start, and then when Liverpool were having a bit of a problem, Liverpool were forced to walk alone because they all walked out. All you heard through that game were knocking.
I was quiet, Dave, and I was quiet as hell. I didn't say a word.
And Chelsea, we've been to Chelsea, haven't we, the last 2 years, and you look around and you think, do they actually care? Where we're all like going berserk. So Forest supporters I'm biased and I love them all dearly, but the best in the world, mate. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%. Right, people. Thank you for everyone that took part. If you are rewatching this, people, if anything that me and Dave spoke about, get in the comment section now. As well, shout out to make sure everyone, if any donations towards Amanda as well, link is in the description as well. If you want to see my 2 vlogs from 2-2 and 1-0, go and watch them as well. Any more shout outs?
Des. Go Des.
Oh, Des Oldham, yeah. Shout out to Des Oldham. Make sure Des. I can't believe it. I couldn't. Thinking about it, I can't.
He said he said Ben he was going to do 7 marathons in 7 days. Now I couldn't do 7 marathons. I've done 7 Kit Kats in 7 days, but never 7 marathons, mate. You know what I
mean? This is the thing, like Dave. On a different note, Dave likes to do his little run. I think he like a little like he's running.
Yeah, short burst, Ben.
Let his little short burst. So if he does that on Sunday, I'll get it on the vlog. So,
all right, mate. But I won't be running. I won't be running as far as Des Oldham's running. And huge credit to Des.
Yeah, but people, like I said, if you're on Twitter or Instagram and you follow Des, please give him the best wishes you can as well. Before let me go through the chat as well. Justin, thank you, Justin, for watching, my friend. Have a good one Sunday, lads. Wish I was there. I know, Mark.
We're representing you, Mark.
Representing Mark as well. Dennis Reds. We're very much looking forward to this game. Safe trip to everyone. Go in. Come on, you Reds, and as well, Davey as well. Come on, you Reds. But yeah, people. Thank you as well, everyone. And like I said, I'll review show that with Monday night. I think it will be, Monday night I'll do that show. Anything else? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'll see everyone. I'll do my after game reaction from the game. Hopefully we win. And yeah, hopefully we can get another win. That's it, grand. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'm going to repeat what David always says to me. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the like
and subscribe. People in the comments.
He says it as well, people. Peace and love of the forest.
You.